The views and opinions expressed by the host and our guest does not state or reflect Ramona personally or the Life Designing with Ramona Rogers podcast. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are and wherever you are listening to this podcast. I am Ramona, and you are listening to Life Designing with Ramona Rogers. And this podcast is all about women. We take a glimpse of women in their lives and the challenges or things that they have done to become their best self and to impact and empower other people. And today I have the pleasure of having Miss Shanikia Williams in the room with me. Hey! How you doing?
Hey girl, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I am so grateful that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to come talk and visit with me and to let my listeners hear all about who you are, what you're doing, and how you are making a difference in the world.
No, it is a pleasure to be here. I was so happy when you asked. And I was like, where can I fit her in? And I haven't talked to her since about a month or so. So yeah, I'm happy and I'm excited. I'm thrilled to be here.
Okay, so let's start out. I like to start with a little question about what is one thing, the little hidden gem that people don't know about you?
Wow, a hidden gem that people don't know about me. I am just as welcoming, and I am just I'm honestly an open book. My word is bond. What I say is what I mean, and what I mean is what I say. Just that little simple.
That's simple, but that's so powerful. It's so powerful. So I met you some months ago in one of my mentors. What do we have? A networking, and I had said, okay, I gotta get to know this lady because she is just like so powerful. I just knew that just by the first time I heard you talk. And I think I had missed a month before that or something, and I missed you. But when I saw you, I'm like, yes, that one right there. And so just even hearing about a few things that I don't even know a whole bunch. So I want you to tell my listeners, where'd you come from? Who are you? So first off, where are you from? Let's start there.
I am from Dermot, Arkansas.
Dermot, Arkansas. And you right now, what do you do?
Right now, what I do professionally, I am a student support specialist at the TRIO in University of Arkansas at Little Rock. For Overbound, we're hoping to get Overbound, but for Talent Search and EOC.
So what is TRIO?
Long story short, TRIO is a higher education program. We promote people to get higher education, whether it's a VOTEC, 4-year degree, or to even get a PhD. What we do is we are that assistant, okay? From Overbound to Talent Search, that assistant in middle school, high school, to help build a portfolio per se of what to do, how to do, things that you don't get in the normal school curriculum. Okay. So then that's Talent Search and Overbound. Then we can go into SSS and EOC. We assist you within getting into school. We assist you with applying for grants, loans, if you need it, loan forbearance, scholarships, financial aid, and all of that. So, okay, now we're getting into school. So now we're in the school. We kind of need another assistant, right? Mm-hmm. So within undergrad or your master's program, we have the SSS program. Well, more so for undergrad to help and assist you through your 4-6 years in school. Then I want to do a little more. I want to do a little more than just my basic degree or 2-year degree or trade school. Then we'll hand you on over to McNair, which will help assist you becoming to get a doctorate. Long story short, that is what we all do.
Wow.
And just because I say UALR doesn't mean that we advocate for UALR only. We have people that are in the Pulaski County that wants to go to Fayetteville, Gremlin, or some to UCLA or anywhere around the, United States. So
it sounds like you guys are the best kept secret. I mean, you almost can map out somebody's life in a matter of years. I mean, and they can get all that. That is awesome.
Yeah, so that's part of why I'm here, and that's honestly that's a whole map.
So how did you get into TRIO and into the realm that you're in right now?
So I was actually a participant. I'm from a small town. meaning rural area. You throw everything you want at it. It means rural. Anything, any stereotype, bro, we're that. I mean, we were called the projects without offense. Like, that's just how bad it was. But it is also a good town too. It's a community as well. But we had the local Upward Bound come up, and they were like 30-minute drive away. Say, hey, we have this program and you want to get in it. Either I could go to the streets or I could be in school. Which one will I want to do? So I was like, hey, you know what? No matter what, but where they got me was a stipends. Don't have a job. I'm in a rural area. I do know I want to get out. How do I get out with money, but we don't have many jobs? Oh, a stipends. Okay, cool. Ding dong. So the light went off, and that's how I became a participant. And from the participant, just like I mapped it out to you, is how I was mapped. Now, at this point, as an Upward Bound participant, I didn't know what was next. I knew I went to get what I needed to do. I had good grades. I did the best that I could do. I didn't know what was next. Yeah, we talked about ACT, we talked about SAT, we did tutoring, we did all of this other things. However, I didn't know that there was an SSS. I didn't know there was a McNair. I didn't know there were all these other programs that TRIO had to offer. It just so happened that when I graduated, the first acceptance letter that I got was to UALR. Don't know any other applications that I put in that I got an acceptance letter from. Why? Because I didn't open them. I just knew this was the first one. I'm gone. Mind you, in Upward Bound, I took a few college courses too, and in high school as well. But this was the first letter I opened. This is the first letter I said yes to. So coming here, my counselor, actually, he's part of TRIO, didn't know it. He was like, hey, I need you to enroll in this program. Well, thank you. Do you have a job? No, sir, I don't. I got one for you. Then while I'm in SSS, I'm working for talent search and EOC. Wow. So then life kept going. You're done with SSS now. I need you to go here. Are you interested? I know what you did. So now I'm looking at him like a father figure. I still have my dad. Now I have two dads.
Wow.
So from there, I became here full time. This is where I am.
An amazing story. So you went to college there, and then you started working there, and you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
But
ever since.
Job security.
That doesn't even count the side jobs. It doesn't count all the other stuff. It's just longevity of this one.
So what else do you do?
Well, I'm a travel agent.
Oh.
I'm a notary. I'm a dispatcher. What would my friends say? They actually, we were making a networking worksheet, and they was like, no, add all of this on there. What I do, I am pretty much a one-stop shop. Long story short. And if I can't do it, I know someone that's in my group that can, or I know someone in my community, because I call my A team my community. I know someone that's in my community that can network and do whatever I can't do. So on top of that, a host of volunteers. I just been put as an ambassador with my cousin's fitness, and he's a personal trainer. And then as well as on the board for a nonprofit. I've been on the board for a nonprofit, Miss Teen Promise, which is a pageant, which is a scholarship preparatory pageant, not a beauty pageant, because that's two different things. We do positive poise, production, professional, and how to just polish yourself as a young lady. So
I like that. Poise and position. I like that. Which arena do you love the most? You seem like you're thriving in so many. I mean,
wow. Which arena do I love the most? I really love them all. I really do. I mean, including my degree as a rehab counselor. I love it too. I volunteered there. So, I mean, just because I don't have a full-time job, that doesn't mean that I can't do anything. With that being said, I know a lot of people have a lot of organizations and do what they do as far as helping the community. Some people want to be noticed. Nothing is wrong with that. But me, on the other hand, I do a lot of things that I get recognized for, but I'm not like, hey, I do this. Can I do this? Can I help this? That's just me. I do it in my own way, and I do a whole lot. I must say all of them, because at the end of the day, one big reward is that I'd help someone else get another step further. As well, it reconciles any issues that I have, or it satisfies me. Because my ultimate goal at the end of the day is what satisfies me. Now, I do have limitations, because whenever I love doing all these other things, but whenever I'm not satisfied, then I have to make some changes.
You know,
Time is the big issue.
how did you finally come to that? Because I know, okay, you're talking and I'm sitting up here like saying, yes, I'm not the only one in the world like this.
Girl, yeah. So how did I get to that point?
How did you come to that? Like, you're like matter of fact. You're like matter of fact.
Mhm.
What are some things that you had to hone, or what are some disciplines that you had to adopt in order to be strategic about becoming you?
Girl, honestly, that's part of my DNA. I couldn't accept it. It's just not right. I've had a mouth, and my mouth got me into trouble and got me out of trouble ever since I was young. But it comes from me actually putting actions behind my word, which is, hey, everybody, that's the key thing, actions behind your words. It comes from me having to be responsible at an early age. And responsibility is raising nieces and nephews, literally raising nieces and nephews, taking care of mom and dad until they passed away, making sure I still had a place to live while trying to go to school, take 18 hours and have 3 jobs. That's where, and so my dad passed last year. And with that being said, it was at that moment, before then, I was thinking it, hey, you need to start doing something for yourself. Because I'm always worst case scenario as well. Worst case scenario is, if I die, then what? Will I be happy? Yes, I'm happy because I helped so many people. I want to be great at this. But are you happy? The answer was no. Because I haven't done anything for me. So that was the thought process. And I was like, okay, I don't have time now. I can't do whatever. Because those things I just named was a priority that doesn't have a waiver with it. It's not like, oh, do I want to eat first today, or do I want to go to work on time? Skip breakfast, go to work on time. You know, you can think about things as a priority like that, but the priorities that I had, there was no negotiations. There was none. So when I was thinking about it before then, a year or two ago, I was like, okay, fine. Then my dad passed. Then it was like, you have no choice but to put yourself first. So at that moment, I had to say, hey, the only time you make your life hard is when you make your life hard, not someone else. They don't have that privilege.
That's a quote. That's a bar. Put that out there.
Yes.
That is so true. You don't give that power to other people. You have the choice. You do. So what do you do for self-care? That's the big thing, especially since COVID started. What do you do for your self-care?
Girl, I know, like that's the whole thing. That put that in the grind my gear section, because self-care has always been a thing. Doesn't mean I had time to do it, but now it's a bigger thing. But I used to do self-care, didn't know how. I had to have a breakdown, but coming out of a breakdown, I didn't know what to do. I just know I'm a problem solver. Here's your issue, here's how to solve it. So I did that with my life. After I had a breakdown, it was like, problem solved. Okay, you went through that. Now you got to get back up and keep running. But to answer your question, that's why I became a travel agent, because I love to travel. It wasn't, not many people know that I am one, but it was for me, not everybody else. But if I can help somebody along the way, that's fine. But I'm going to help me first. I like to do that. I like to read. I just like to, one thing would be sit in the car at home to decompress, but get me out, or either let me sleep for 12 hours, because with me and my type, you have to learn yourself. For me to feel recuperated as well as I do and perform the way I do, I at minimum need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. 12 would be doing doggone good, especially with me going and going and going. So give me that rest. Love to travel, like concerts, but that's it. I'm just real low key, honestly, and it's not hard to please.
You just said so many nuggets about most people, when you say self-care, they think of getting their nails done, a massage, or what, or things of that nature, which that's good. But to me, self-care is like stuff that you enjoy. Everything
Mhm.
you name is stuff that you enjoy. That's just, it doesn't have to be the water on your feet or some, those few things that people just automatically assume, oh, I'm doing self-care, manicure, pedicure. It's more to self-care than that. And being
Yes,
happy
ma'am.
in your space and doing the things that you enjoy. I personally think that's self-care. So I applaud you for
Thank
doing your
you.
self-care that way. And more people need to understand, in my opinion, that self-care, it is doing the things that you stop and enjoy, the self-care
Mhm.
to get your balance back. So yeah, I applaud you. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that all you had all these aspects. I knew just because my instinct, but you sharing and telling me all this stuff. It's like, this is amazing. And the whole thing is, again, I want people to see people like you highlighted, like you're doing. Okay, I wrote them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 things that you
Mm,
are balancing and doing. It might be more. I might have missed one.
well, I'm working out. I like to work out. That's a
Oh,
different
that's,
person.
and you
But
maintain
but
that.
when a lot of people say I like to work out because I want to be healthier, I want to do better, I want to do no, I use that as a decompressor. I don't care if I lose weight or gain weight because here again, I'm happy with myself. Not that conceited, but I'm happy with myself. It's just a way for me to get away. So my rule of thumb is to think of your body three things. Well, it's sign language, three things. Okay, you have your physical self. Let's talk about the pedicures or a facial, or going buying clothes. Physical things that help your physical self, far as physical health, mental health, right?
Mhm.
Then when they say mental health, people use it as a physical thing. Mental health is inside. That's your second thing. And that is what I am taking care of. That's that beast that I am trying to train and change to better benefit myself. Because here again, if I don't take care of myself, how can I help anyone else? It's not happening. Then you got a third one, you're spiritual.
Mhm.
I'm very open-minded when it comes to all of that. But those are three things you have to satisfy. I can do the physical all day long, but my mind is one that keeps going. If I tell it to shut off, it says, oh no, we got two more ideas. Hold on, Harold. We got 2 more hours. Hang on. So since that's my biggest trouble and my biggest battle, my versus battle, let me satisfy my mental self. My mental self is what do I actually enjoy
Mhm.
mentally and not physically. So that's how I do self-care. You got
Mhm.
your physical self-care, your mental self-care, and your spiritual self-care. It's just whichever one you prefer, because they all have to line up one way or another.
Yes. So, is there other than you had to you said nieces and nephews,
Mm-hmm.
you had to raise. Is there you have a mentor ever that said that you were able to watch and they pulled you along, they gave you advice, they kind of led you. You talked about the person who was at the school and said, "Come on, come on." Other than that person, were there any other women in your life that kind of help mold you, or that you're able to see and mimic yourself after?
Be honest, that was pretty much my first mentor. Before then, after then, until still to this day, life is the best teacher and my mentor. And that comes because I love my mom to death. However, she left when I was younger, like she died when I was 5. So yes, I had great aunties to raise me and do all those things, and I watched and everything that they did. I admire those, right? But those are aunties, those are parent figures, right?
Hmm.
So when I'm looking for a mentor, I'm looking for something I don't have. I'm looking for something that I want to build in, right? Or build on. So my first mentor wasn't until 2009. And before then, after then, I just roll with the flow. Whatever life gave me, I'm a logistic type of person. I like to think things out and think things through before I do them because there's 5 different ways. I like to do the outcomes, which is the best approach. So through elementary, middle school, and high school, as far as I can remember, that's what I did to succeed or become a problem solver. Here's a problem, let's solve it, which is the best way to solve it. So until then, I didn't know what a mentor was until I didn't even know he was my mentor until now, much later. I just know this is the person that has me in their best interest. And what you say, your instinct, intuition, and that's how everything happened. And then I was like, a mentor, when people say mentor, I want to be just like this person. No, that's not Shanika's definition of a mentor. Mm-hmm. Shanika's definition of a mentor is a person who can help and assist you grow in those weak areas. Like when you go to a job interview, they say, hey, what's your strengths and weaknesses? I don't have any weaknesses. I have those areas that I can improve in. Hey, that's an answer to an interview question. Anybody that wants to know, that's one of the best answers. I have those strengths, like the mentor that we were talking about that got me the job and all of that other stuff. His name is Gus Swain. So let me put a name on it. I love to put a name on things and people. Let's give them the credit where the credit is due. With him, no, I didn't want to be just like him. Why? Because he's a man, for one, but there are some attributes that I love and that I'm willing to take on and add to my life. That's what I'm building my life to be is, I like this. I don't like that. Give it back. I like this. I like that. And so I treat my mentors as such. Not saying that any other thing that I don't take from them is wrong or I don't like. I just know what I want my life to be. And honestly, I don't know what I like or what I want it to be. I just know what I would like for it to be like.
Well, you just said
but I do have many, many, many mentors.
Just what you just said. You know what you want your life to look like. You're intentionally picking those things out that's fitting you, that's maneuvering where you want to go. And that's what these podcasts are about, is people who have done that, how they're doing it, so that other people can follow your blueprint.
That's what it is.
And that's amazing. That's what I knew. My instinct was right on here. I knew it. But I just heard you a few times, and your presence is so strong.
Thank you.
Your presence is so strong, and more people need to know and see that. Look at this woman right here. She's doing it. And then they say, how's she doing it? Well, once they listen to this podcast, they can see how you're doing it and how you're making it work along the lines of being intentional and not just, you see this person, I'm going to be just like. You can't be just like anybody. You can't be a carbon copy of anyone. You have to be your unique self, but pick and choose the things that's going to fit you, that you want to hone. And you're doing that, and that is just amazing to see that and to hear that. I'm like, yes. So I am here to
thank you.
Give you your flowers.
Thank you. Look, I love twins, but they're not even the same. Can you imagine two of you staying in the same house as you doing what you do?
Ironically, I have a twin, but it's a boy, so no.
Exactly.
No, not at all. Not at all. Oh, no. I don't think the world wants two of him nor me.
Well, because I understand you all are twins, right? Mm-hmm. But y'all have some things that are similar, some things that are different. But I'm talking about another Ramona. Mm-hmm. Do you not know the fight that I have within myself in my head? I get on my own nerves sometimes. Ma'am, no, I cannot.
I can only imagine. No, I'm with you on that. It just, I do what he's supposed to do. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to see how you're thriving in your space and how you're being having such an impact on so many lives, and not just in the higher ed arena. I mean, travel agent, dispatcher. What kind of dispatcher?
Oh, so big rigs or either hot shots.
Oh.
So I'm doing all. Well, then, can you really just say dispatching people lives they really want it? Telling them where to go, how they want to go? Well, I don't like telling people how they want to go or how they should go. I let them tell me that, and I just navigate and help them with it. But yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like that. I'm gonna start using that.
You have, gosh, you could write 10 books on 10 different subjects because you are thriving in all of them. That is amazing. So what is it that you want when you leave this earth? What is it, that impact do you want to have made since you've been here?
girl, not to be here again, not to be conceited or not to be a smart aleck or anything like that, but it's done already. Like, when I say, because when I was younger, this is what it used to be, and I'm gonna tell you what it is now. This is what it used to be. What it used to be is, I want to live on. I want, my legacy. It's kind of like the stereotypical of a man wanting a boy for his namesake. You know what I'm saying? To keep it moving. Okay, so let's make my life parallel to that. I wanted that to be the same. But then when you think about something as simple as energy and the lives you impact, whether it's one, is already living on. You already have that legacy. You already have that namesake, because energy cannot be created or destroyed, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what it used to be. But now it's geared towards me. Since I've accomplished and didn't know I accomplished it until recently. When I say recently, I mean within the past year or two. Didn't know that I accomplished it. Now it's, remember when I was telling you how if I died today, will I be happy? Mm-hmm. I would be happy of all the people that I've helped, yes, but I wouldn't be happy with me or in me, because I've done nothing to enjoy the life that I wanted to live. Mm. So that is my new goal, is when I die, I want to enjoy the life that I live and continue to do it. Now, I want to get old as my great aunts, like in their 90s and 100s and stuff, and she was still moving around like she was 70. Mm. So I want to do that. I want to get that long. So when I die, that's that one impact I want to have, is me on myself, because me on others it's already happened. I used to have this dream of, if I could help everybody in the world, but then that digressed, because that was impossible. And that broke my heart. Mm. Like, I wanted to help all nieces and nephews, or I wanted to help all the people that adopted me as their auntie or whatever. Like, I wanted to help everyone. But as they grow older, no matter how much you put into them, they may steer away from what you taught them, because they are their own person, and they may stay in that straight line. But whatever way is, they're going to disappoint in one way or another. So it went from me helping everybody in the world, this little girl's dream, to, if I just made one person smile today, I'm good. And that was a goal for me every day, one person. I was like, Shanikia, this is too easy. Make two people smile. And it was just something as simple as that. I'm simple, girl. I'm simple. I'm from the country. I'm simple.
But the simple is best. Mm-hmm. Simple is powerful. And I think we live in a world where the flamboyancy and the bells and whistles and making it look like it's bigger than what it is, as opposed to just doing and making a difference on just doing. You don't need the praise and the whistles and the bells and all that stuff. And that's where the difference is.
Because that's going to come later. That's comes.
Oh my gosh, this has been amazing. Good. I could talk to you all day.
I know, but let me tell you, when I learned about the simple life, I made myself mad, because I overcomplicated it. And a lot of times that's what we do. We overcomplicate things, and the answer is simple. When you cannot come up with an answer, it's simple. You may not know what it is, but it's just simple. I mean, it's to everybody who's listening or watching, and to you, and for me to remind myself, is life is not easy. And sometimes it's not as hard as you think it is, because how many obstacles have you crossed? And once you cross them, you was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. But with that being said, it gets better and it gets easier the simpler you are. I mean, yes, I may be direct and straight up front, but I know what I want. I don't have a totem pole that's super high and that's impossible to reach. Think about everything that you've been taught through seminars. Is everything that we're being taught in a lot of the seminars and workshops that we're going through is things that we've been taught in school, grade school, right? So let's talk about goal setting, right? Your goal setting is something attainable and to be reachable. Those are my standards. Is when we get outside of that, when things get complicated and you make your life complicated. Let's be reasonable. Ramona, I love you. Your favorite color. What's your favorite color, girl?
Red is really my favorite color in royal blue.
I like royal blue too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like red too, but that's not my favorite color. It's pink and blue. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you like red. Say I hated red for whatever reason. It doesn't mean I can stop being friends with you. I'm agree to disagree. That's where we at. I think we gotta communicate better and have an understanding and to know that it's not all about you. Period. It's not. It's not all about you and it's not all about everybody. It's a balance.
It's so true. We had that conversation with somebody earlier today. We'll talk about that later. But that simple stuff that is right here in front of our faces that we tend to tiptoe around or walk over or ignore. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you got to almost got to get back to basics. It comes back to the basics I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
you have been just an amazing guest on the podcast. I am so appreciative of your time, your talents that you're sharing with so many people. And you're just, talking about what you do. You love what you do. It shows that you
Mm-hmm.
love what you do. All aspects of it. It shows that you love what you do just about you saying it. And that is so remarkable to get to that point in life where you are like, I got this. This is me. This is what I do. And you're doing it. You are doing it and you are to be commended. And I like my mom always said, give people their flowers while they're alive, while they can smell them. And these are your flowers from Ramona to you. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep impacting people and inspiring people and giving them the grace that a lot of people may not give them, but you are giving them that light that they sometimes need in all the areas that you're doing it in. And I am here to commend you for all of that.
Thank you. I want to thank you. Actually, I really want you in the hot seat. We need to have a podcast all about Ramona and what she's doing and how she's here.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Because you here again, you are an awesome person too. And I'm all about, like you said, giving people their flowers. I'm all about giving you your props. Girl, you are amazing.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna make me cry. No crying on the podcast, Ramona. I'm here for you. We're here to highlight you and your awesomeness and how you are representing your ancestors and yourself to the highest. And my first book was called Greatness in the Making, my first personal development book. But it's about that greatness that's inside of you that you went after it and you have developed it and you are thriving at that level. So this is what greatness looks like. If those of you who are seeing this on YouTube or if you're listening to it, check her out. This is what greatness looks like. This right here. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Right. Look in the mirror. Just I agree. And thank you. I just want to thank you for doing that. And you just put something in my head. This is what greatness look like. Normally I'll be modest, like, oh, stop. No, you're great. You're awesome too, right? And take the spotlight away from me. But within the past, like I said, the past years, thank you. This is what awesome look like into your viewers and your followers and anybody that you know. Greatness, it looks like what you look in the mirror. It's up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to you if you want to be greater or not.
Choice. We all have make choices every day.
Thank you for giving me my props. Thank you for just helping me elevate. I love it.
Girl, iron sharpens iron. I was like that. So I'm gonna let you get off of this podcast. And anybody, if you are seeing this broadcast or listening to it, go check her out. The things that she's doing. You can check on LinkedIn or in her school. The things that she's working on. Trio, those students at those schools. She's making a difference. And I appreciate you all for being here. Check you guys out next time on Design Your Life with Ramona. See you next time. Bye.
See ya. Bye.